Over 33 million servings of soup are enjoyed by Subway customers every year. So you can see just how important soup is to Subway and to your restaurant. During this lesson, you'll learn how to properly receive, handle, prepare, and merchandise soup. By following a few simple steps, you can make sure your customers always experience the perfect cup of soup. Soup arrives frozen at your restaurant. Each case contains 16 2-pound or 0.91 kilogram pouches. When you receive the soup, check the temperature. Make sure the pouches are still frozen. Then, place soup cases in the freezer for storage using first in, first out rotation. Frozen soup is good for up to 12 months from the date of manufacture. Frozen soup pouches need to be thawed prior to heating. Ready-to-use soup pouches take 48 hours to thaw. When you remove the pouches from the freezer to thaw them for use, label each one with the date, time, and your initials. Then place them standing up in a food pan with a drain plate on the bottom. Minimize any overlapping. Place the pan into the cooler and thaw the soup pouches under refrigeration for 48 hours. Unopened soup pouches may be kept in the cooler for up to 5 days. Never refreeze thawed soup. Heating soup in the microwave is fast and easy. Just follow these simple steps. 1. Make sure the soup is completely thawed prior to heating. If available in your restaurant, use a pan liner to simplify your cleanup later on. 2. Vigorously shake each soup pouch before opening. This helps ensure that any product that has settled during the thawing process is properly mixed prior to heating. 3. Carefully open the pouch and pour the soup contents into a microwavable food pan. These soups are ready to use. Do not add any water to the soup. You simply heat the soup as it is, right as it comes from the pouch. 4. Cover the food pan and place it into the microwave. Then heat for the proper amount of time. This is based on the number of pouches you are heating in the food pan. For 1 or 2 pouches, heat the soup in 4-minute intervals. Press the number 9 button on the microwave. For 3 or 4 pouches, heat the soup in 8-minute intervals, using the number 0 button on the microwave. After the microwave finishes, stir the soup and check the temperature. The soup is ready when it reaches 165 degrees Fahrenheit or 74 degrees Celsius. If it hasn't reached that temperature, continue the 4 or 8-minute heat cycles, stirring and checking until the soup has reached the target temperature of 165 degrees Fahrenheit or 74 degrees Celsius. If your restaurant uses a soup warmer, it needs to be preheated prior to placing the soup pans into it. First, pour hot water into the equipment's water wells to the 1-inch notch. Then, turn the control dial to preheat for 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, turn the dial to hold. Once the soup has reached temperature, the last step is to transfer the soup you have heated in the microwave to the hot well or your restaurant's soup warmer unit. If you used an amber food pan for the microwave heating, simply stir the soup, cover it, and then place the pan directly into the hot well or soup warmer. Stir the soup again. Your soup is now heated, completely delicious, and ready to serve. Just remember a few key points to make sure your customers enjoy the very best Subway has to offer. Always make sure the soup stays covered until it is being served. Regularly confirm the soup's temperature. When a customer orders soup, Stir the soup well before spooning it into the soup cup. Fill soup up to the notch inside the soup cup for the proper serving size. Once filled, place the cup on the counter and put the lid securely on the top of the cup, making sure it snaps firmly in place. Make sure to include a spoon, napkin, and a cracker package, if available in your area, with every serving. When packing, make sure you keep the cup level. Always put the soup cup in first, followed by the other items. Remember to include a napkin. There are a few important soup handling procedures that ensure we always serve our customers the very best. First, never hold soup longer than 4 hours. Discard any remaining soup after 4 hours and prepare a new batch. Second, never mix fresh soup into a batch of old soup. If you have soup remaining at the end of the day that has been held for less than 4 hours, you may store it in the cooler overnight for use the next day. Keep the soup in the food pan, or pour it into one if a stainless steel pan was used. Cover and label the pan with the date, time, your initials, and Use First sticker. Immediately place the pan into the cooler. The next day, when reheating, follow the same temperature guidelines, making sure the soup reaches the proper temperature before use. Remember, that's 165 degrees Fahrenheit or 74 degrees Celsius. If the leftover soup is not used the next day, it must be discarded. At the end of the day, make sure to wash, rinse, and sanitize any remaining items using approved cleaning products and procedures. These can be found in the most current version of the Subway Operations Manual, or ask your manager. After any remaining soup is removed, make sure the soup warmer is turned off and unplugged. Wipe down the exterior surfaces of the unit with a soft cloth and a solution of warm water and dish detergent. Never immerse the unit in water. Damage will result. Once a week, the warmer's shelf unit should be cleaned thoroughly. Remove the shelves, dividers, and header. Detach the stand from the back of the warmer by removing the clamp screws. Wash the stand with mild soap and warm water using a soft, clean cloth. Rinse with water to remove any soap residue. Hand dry with a soft cloth and reassemble the unit. Do not use paper towels to dry, as they can scratch the unit. Following these simple but important steps will help ensure the success of your restaurant soup program and keep your customers coming back for more. You can find all this information in the handy, ready-to-use soup handling guideline sheet, or the most current version of the Subway Operations Manual. Thank you.